Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we are diving into one of the most fascinating coins of modern U.S. history, the 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar. You might have one of these in your pocket change or coin jar. But what if I told you that in top condition, this coin has sold for thousands of dollars at auction? Stay tuned as we reveal the history, the varieties, and the unbelievable prices these coins can reach. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was introduced in 1979 as the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman, the women's rights activist Susan B. Anthony. It was designed to replace the Eisenhower dollar with a smaller, more convenient size. However, it was often mistaken for a quarter because of its size and color, leading to poor public reception. Even though production continued in 1980 and 1981, the coin was largely unpopular in circulation. But here's the twist. Today, certain high-grade versions of these coins are worth serious money to collectors. Show close-up shots of obverse Susan B. Anthony portrait and reverse Apollo 11 moon landing eagle. In 1980, the U.S. Mint struck Susan B. Anthony dollars at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark, primarily proofs. Most circulated coins are only worth their face value, $1. But in gem uncirculated condition, things change dramatically. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional services like PCGS or NGC can bring in incredible prices. So, what's the big deal? Let's look at some record-breaking prices. A 1980p, Philadelphia, in pristine condition graded, MS67 sold for nearly $1,000. The 1980D, Denver, version in MS67 condition can bring around $500 to $1,000 at auctions.
But the real gems are the 1980s proof coins, with cameo or deep cameo contrast. A flawless grade like PR70 Deep, cameo has sold for more than $1,500 to $2,000. These are modern coins less than 50 years old, yet collectors are paying thousands for the perfect examples. That's the magic of coin grading and rarity and condition. The value of these 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollars comes down to 3 factors. Condition. The highest mint state or proof grades are incredibly rare. Eye appeal. Coins with strong luster, sharp strikes, or cameo contrast stand out. Collector demand. The Susan B. Anthony series is short, just 1979 to 1981 and then 1999, making it a very collectible set. So while most examples are worth just $1, the top coins are prized treasures. Part 5, Tips for Collectors. If you're searching for these coins, here are some quick tips. Check your change or coin jars. You'd be surprised how often these turn up. Look for sharp details, especially in Susan B. Anthony's hair and the eagle's feathers. Get high-grade coins certified. Professional grading is essential for maximum value. Handle with care. Even a tiny scratch can make the difference between a $1 coin and a $1,000 coin. And there you have it, the 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar. While most are worth face value, the rarest, highest graded examples have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. So the next time you see one of these coins, take a closer look. You might be holding a hidden gem. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another story from the world of rare coins. And let me know in the comments, do you own a Susan B. Anthony dollar? Maybe you've got a treasure waiting to be discovered. Boom. The next up top 2, we're going deep into the world of one of America's most misunderstood, yet collectible coins of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar. You might think these coins are common and only worth $1, but in top condition or with rare varieties, they can sell for thousands of dollars at auction. So stick around, because we're going to break down the history, the varieties, and the record prices of the most expensive 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars ever sold. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was first minted in 1979, replacing the large Eisenhower dollar. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman, honoring women's rights activist Susan B. Anthony. The idea was to make a smaller, lighter dollar coin that was easier to use. But there was a problem. The coin was nearly the same size, color, and shape as a quarter. People constantly confused it with 25 cents, and the coin quickly became unpopular in daily circulation. However, what was seen as a failure in commerce has turned into a hidden gem for collectors. In 1979, the U.S. Mint produced these coins at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; San Francisco, S mint mark, primarily for proofs. But here's where it gets interesting. The 1979 dollar has several important varieties that collectors crave. Narrow rim, far date. This is the standard version, very common. Wide rim, near date, much scarcer, especially in high grades and worth big money. Proof coins with S mint mark. These have 2 types. Type 1 with a blob-like S, and Type 2 with a sharper, clearer S. Type 2 is far rarer. These varieties are what push the value from just $1 to thousands. Let's talk numbers. What are the most expensive 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars ever sold? A 1979p wide rim in mint state. 67 has sold for over $6,000 at auction. The 1979 S, Proof Type 2 and PR70 Deep Cameo, has brought more than $15,000. Even a high-grade 1979 D can reach into the hundreds or low thousands if perfectly preserved. These are not ancient coins, they're modern, less than 50 years old, but condition and rarity make all the difference. So why do some of these 1979 dollars sell for so much? There are 3 big reasons. Minting varieties. The wide rim and Type 2 proofs are much harder to find. Condition rarity. Getting a coin in flawless. Mint state or Proof 70 is extremely rare. Collector. Demand. Since the Susan B. Anthony series is short, only 1979, 1980, 1981, and 1999, collectors want to complete the set, driving up competition for the rarest examples. Here are some tips to identify a possible treasure in your collection. Check the date spacing. If the numbers on the date look closer to the edge of the coin, you may have a wide rim 1979p. Look at the mint mark on proof coins. The Type 2S is much sharper and clearer than the Type 1. Examine condition carefully. Luster, lack of scratches, and sharp details matter. Get it graded, professional. Grading is the only way to unlock the coin's true value at auction, so don't overlook these coins. Nay, simple jar find could be worth hundreds or even thousands. And there you have it, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar. While most are worth just $1, the rare varieties and top-graded examples have sold for thousands of dollars. This is a perfect example of how even modern coins can hold surprising value if you know what to look for. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another exciting story about rare coins and collectibles. And let us know in the comments, do you own a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar? Maybe you've got a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Boom. The next up top 3 today. We're diving into one of the final issues of the Susan B. Anthony dollar series, the 1999 Susan B. Anthony dollar. You might think these coins are common, but in certain conditions and varieties, they can sell for thousands of dollars. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes the 1999 Susan B. Anthony dollar so valuable. Let's start with some background. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was first introduced in 1979, replacing the Eisenhower dollar. It was America's first small-size dollar coin and the very first U.S. coin to feature a real woman, the famous women's rights activist, Susan B. Anthony. After disappointing circulation from 1979 to 1981, production stopped, but in 1999, nearly 2 decades later, the U.S. Mint struck Susan B. Anthony dollars one last time. This final run was meant to fill a shortage of dollar coins until the Sacagawea dollar debuted in 2000. That makes 1999 the last year of the Susan B. Anthony series, which already gives these coins special collector appeal. In 1999, the coins were minted in Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco. Philadelphia and Denver struck coins for circulation. San Francisco struck proof coins, which were specially made for collectors. Most circulated examples are only worth $1 or $2, but when we talk about pristine condition or rare varieties, the price skyrockets. So what's the most expensive 1999 Susan B. Anthony dollar ever sold? A 1999p in MS68. Condition once sold for over $3,800 at auction. Meanwhile, a 1999D in MS68 condition has brought prices as high as $500. But the real stars are the 1999S proof coins. Collectors seek out the Deep Cameo, DCAM examples, which have that frosted design and mirror-like background. A perfect PR70 decam has sold for nearly $4,000. That means if you've got a flawless 1999 SusanBAnthonyDollar, especially in top grade, you could be holding a treasure. Now let's talk about what collectors look for in these coins. Condition is everything. Even the tiniest scratch can drop the value from thousands of dollars to just a few bucks. That's why high-grade coins are so rare and expensive. Proof coins from San Francisco. If you see that S mint mark and the coin has sharp details with mirror-like fields, you might have a proof, and in perfect condition. These are worth serious money. Full strikes and clean surfaces. Look closely with a magnifying glass. The sharper the details and the fewer the marks, the more valuable your coin can be. Here's a quick breakdown of what 1999 SusanBAnthonyDollars are worth today. Circulated coins, P or D, $1 to uncirculated MS65 coins, $15, $30. High-grade MS67 or MS68 coins, hundreds to thousands of dollars. 1999 S-proof coins, $30.60 in average proof condition. PR70 deep cameo proofs up to $4,000. So there you have it. The 1999 SusanBAnthonyDollar might look ordinary, but in pristine condition, it can be worth thousands. Always check your coins. You never know what treasure you might have sitting in a drawer or change jar. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a chance to discover hidden coin treasures. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows, your next coin find could change your life.